So, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me promote my film because I've kind of been promoting it like the whole day today. But I just needed some I can't get it on Tubi because it's having some technical problems, and I'm hoping to get it on there or some like Prime Video, Apple TV. That's still a chance. I just haven't done that yet. I kind of wanted to make this just to say how crazy it is to rewatch this film, because there is obviously a bunch of mistakes and things I wish I could have fixed throughout, making it. But rewatching it, it's like this is just the beginning. I made that when I was 16, and I didn't have too much help on that. I wrote the whole script, and I'm not trying to come out here saying oh, look at me, I did all this and that, but it's people always say how, oh, I can't reach my goals because I don't have much money to put into a project, or I just don't have that much help. I'd be doing so much work by myself, and it's that is true, but it's also so rewarding to prove yourself wrong, because there were times when I thought this film wasn't gonna ever get finished. It was in production hell for months. No editing was going on. I didn't even want to think about this film. It was just so it gave me such a headache. Just seeing it and there be nothing but trying to put these pieces together. And I didn't have the greatest editing skills either, but with help from people and learning on YouTube, I was able to edit the whole movie as well. And it's just kind of a testimony to say that you really can do whatever you want, and you shouldn't let your limitations and others let you down, because at the end of the day, if you really put your focus in something and you want that outcome, you keep doing it, and it's possible. Nothing is impossible if you just keep believing in yourself and you keep focusing on what your goal is. Either it's this is for anything, school, I just graduated high school. I mean, I had to put my time and effort into trying to graduate, and I thought that was hard. There's times I wanted to drop out, and there's always going to be those times, I feel, especially when you feel you're by yourself, where it's I can't do this anymore. This is just it's way too hard, but you keep pushing through it because you want to see this outcome. And with this film, that outcome came true. And that outcome was me having a feature film for a lot of people saying I couldn't do it. And just to prove myself that I can do big projects like this. I did short films for my family. I didn't show anybody that. Those were for short films for my, just for my grandparents or my family, my mom and dad to watch. And I've done that for many years. But I wanted to show people more. And yes, maybe a feature film was really big and ambitious, and probably should have stuck to a more traditional, making a short film and then getting that in film festivals and then trying to grow from there. But I'm very glad I made this film. It's very cringy. There are some parts where I cringe watching this movie, but there's also some really good parts of this film I'm proud of still. And again, I made this when I was 16. I was just kind of being stupid, and I was going through a hard time too making this film, and I just needed something to kind of distract myself, so I made this film, and I'm so glad I did. And now I'm here, I'm giving you guys that option to watch what I made, and you don't have to like it. This isn't everyone's cup of tea. I understand that, but I love it. And I think for now, I will always love this film, and this film will always have memories of just when I recorded it with my friends, or when I was going through the editing process, everything I did to get what I had. Even at the Egyptian Theater when I first showed the film, that memory will always last with me. And this isn't the end. This is not the end of, like, my journey as a filmmaker. I want to keep making films. I want to make films that aren't just comedies, stupid, random, ha ha ha. I want to make, like, more stuff that, like, relates to people and isn't just, because the comedies are dying as a genre. You don't get too many comedies anymore where it's just like, haha, this is, I guess Happy Gilmore 2's coming out. But, you don't get a lot of comedies from independent artists anymore. And I feel like there needs to be more of that. There needs to be more of that genre. And I think it needs a revival, a really good revival. But, just independent movies in general, I feel like need a revival. Because I feel like they're definitely coming back up. And they're definitely, like, making a big impact. You see all these, like, independent, these YouTubers who, just made YouTube videos and now making feature films, like, Raka Raka, or I think that's their name, with, like, Talk to Me, and then they made another horror film called Bring Her Back. Like, they were just making YouTube videos. That inspired me a lot, and that also inspired me to make this film. And honestly, if I just keep learning and keep improving my skills as a filmmaker, I'll hopefully one day, I mean, this is very big, but one day be able to make something as good as them, or something that looks more, like a film. Nothing, I used a DSLR camera, like a Canon, which it's not an iPhone, it's better than an iPhone, but it's also not like a film camera. Like, you're not gonna see that a lot in, like, big Hollywood budget films, but also, your movie doesn't have to be big Hollywood budget. I think movies that are just really good and creative end up being better, because, like, you see all these, like, Hollywood movies, like, flopping because they're, like, remakes, and people don't want that. And, especially if they're not good, or, like, sequels. So many sequels. And I think, my movie can be used as an example for others to, like, you don't need this big budget. You just need a really good imagination, idea, and to plan it out. That should just tell you more that, like, you can do whatever you want. If it's, like, writing books, for example, or anything, like going to college and becoming a doctor or a lawyer. You just gotta be dedicated and put your all into it. And it might not be what you think it is. It might not, like, the road is never, like, clear. But the thing is, you tried. And the thing is, if you try, that's better than doing nothing. And that is always gonna lead to something. But, anyway, just about my film. If you've watched it, thank you a lot. It's, like I said, old. It's an older film, and it's not the best quality, but I think there's heart to it, and I think that's really all that matters, I'm wanting to keep making films, though. I don't know when my next film will be, but, just want to keep making them. It's so fun, and it is very hard and time-consuming, but it's worth it. I know I can make better. I know I can, like, make better stories, and, I have a lot of ideas I want to get out there, but for now, I think I'm just honestly going to enjoy college. I mean, not enjoy it, but, I'm going to, but enjoy summer, graduating, high school, getting a feel for, I guess, adult life. But, even after that, I still want to make these films and make better films, But, yeah, that's kind of why I came here to talk about. Thank you for listening if you did. And just keep going. Just keep going, bro.